Welcome back for another book talk video. Today it's Magical Monday, so I'm talking fantasy, and I'm going to cover The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch, part of a series. These books are also books that I feel have been super hyped by the online community, the Booktube, YouTube community. Lots of people love them. They think they're absolutely awesome, and I'm going to tell you, for me, they are really just 3 out of 5 star reads. They are not 4 or 5 star books. I found the book at least somewhat enjoyable, so please don't think that when I say 3 out of 5 stars that I'm trying to discourage you from reading them. However, some of my comments may come across as me being discouraging, just because the hype that has been built up online caused me to be very surprised. The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch. This book came out in, I believe, somewhere around 2007. And the series continued after that. It may be that the books further along in the series are much better, and that could be part of why people love them. I think to help understand my point of view, I'll read you a couple of reviews that I found. These are from the Amazon UK customer reviews. Let's see, someone called Infensus gave the book 2 out of 5 stars. Said, I found the writing verbosely descriptive, but not in an interesting way. I found the characters were flat, and I felt nothing for them. I also found the heist boring, but to be fair, didn't get through enough to fully qualify that. I couldn't get through much of it. I didn't find it gripping at all. So it sounds like that person did not finish the book. That was a DNF. I do want to comment on the heist situation, because to me that was one of the biggest issues of this book. I absolutely love rogue characters. I love stories with heists in them. When I heard about this book, I thought it was going to be up there with Patrick Rothfuss's work, The Name of the Wind, or some of my favorite movies and TV shows, things like Ocean's 11 and Maverick and those stories. So I read the book, and I didn't feel like there was a heist element to it. I don't want to give you spoilers for the ending, but the thing that was called a heist to me did not feel at all like a heist. To me, these were characters who were street rats, who were just trying to survive in a gang warfare environment. The book is set in what seems like an alternate history fantasy version of Venice, Italy, and you've got mobsters in a mafia street war situation. That alone sounds like a fascinating book. If it hadn't been sold to me as a heist book, I would have enjoyed it a lot more, but I was waiting and waiting for the heist to happen. Also, I don't think I'm a prude when it comes to language, but the vulgar language in the book was a bit too much. Really, truly. I get that these are people living on the streets, they are criminals, and that Scott Lynch delivers what most people consider to be realistic dialogue for the setting, but I didn't need vulgar body parts as descriptions in sentences and the extreme overuse of cussing. I mean, this movie might make Quentin Tarantino and Samuel L. Jackson go, whoa, that is a bit much. I mean, really, the book has so much cussing, and it's constant. And some of it, I believe, could be offensive. Let's see, there's this other book review on Amazon's UK website from Rosie Claverton, who gave the book 4 out of 5 stars, says an entertaining action adventure with a surprisingly serious core and emotionally charged characters. I found it slow to start, mostly because I felt I was reading alternate history rather than fantasy. But when the main plot kicked in, I was hooked. I really enjoyed the relationship between Locke and John, and Locke's interactions with his enemies. It had a good balance of peril and concern for me. If I had one quibble, it was that the language drifted into casual homophobia and mental health stigma on a few occasions. And I agree with that. There's a homophobic slur that's used several times. The mental health stigma is there. And I think Scott Lynch could have done a better job of at least not using those slurs and that language. He could have cut those out. I went into it thinking the book was something different than it was because of the way that it was hyped online. And please, feel free to argue with me or comment below if you can explain to me how this is really a heist story. Because when you go into a story expecting it to be a heist story, that you are expecting to figure out the clues of how it's laid out, how it happens, how it goes down, how they pull it off and end up with the reward. I didn't see that here. There is a lot of feeling like their lives are at stake, and this is a book where characters do get killed, but that's part of what made me think that it's not really a heist story, and that the main character could not have possibly planned out step by step, literally, everything that was going to happen along the way. To me, it felt more like he was reacting to a lot of the horrible things that happened. There were moments that kind of felt like the A-Team TV series of, oh, he purposely got himself into that situation in order to try to one-up the bad guys or get some information, pull off some sort of a trick. But not a heist. Not a heist, just a con. Yes, I'd be more than happy to say these are street con artist characters. Not so much the heist, though. Let me know if you enjoyed The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch. Every day is a good day for a book dog. Peace.